So how are Irvin and Lasco, and what are they dealing with?
Yeah, I think both of them have little shoulder deals. Lasco still got the same thing he's got. I mean, he's fine. He's just a little sore, which we kind of thought he would be after playing. Irvin's got about the same thing. Certainly not to the degree Daniel had it. You know, we would expect him to play. He's just a little sore right now.
So Kyrie?
Yeah, he's got kind of a bicep deal going on, just strained bicep. Would expect him to play as well.
Talking about the whole senior day type ceremony, what that means for some of the older.
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, it's obviously a big deal. I mean, it's a culmination of a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, a lot of time. You know, and I think it's you know, I think it's great that we recognize those guys, and because they've invested a lot in this program, and you know, they've been through a rough year this year, and I'm sure it hadn't gone the way they wanted it to go, but they've done a great job of holding things together. And you know, I'll always be appreciative of them, you know, by the way they've handled things and they've dealt with disappointment. So I mean, it's you know, we owe a lot to those guys, and like I said, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish the things behind the scenes that I think this team's been able to accomplish, you know, without their leadership and without, you know, those guys buying in to the degree they bought in.
Is there any emphasis to get some of the guys who might not play much to get them a little playing time on Saturday?
You know, our deal is always try to win the game. You know, try to win the game, and then we'll go from there.
With regard to the success running, can you attribute a lot of it to their three-man front, or do you just feel like the running game's taking a step forward?
Well, I think you know, I think the offensive line play's been better. You know, I think those guys have finished blocks better, and I thought our backs have run better, and I think it's just, you know, it's just what happens. I mean, you just get better as an offense as the year goes around. And guys get more reps and get a chance to play more, and so I think that's, you know, I think we've you know, gotten better. I think part of it, like you said, was, you know, we had some good numbers to run into in the box. You know, there were times where we didn't have numbers and times we did, and you know, the times we had numbers we ran it pretty successfully. The times we didn't have numbers we still at times ran it pretty effectively. We got to get better. I mean, you know, we got to run it better than we did, and that's something we got to continue to work on, and it's certainly a point of emphasis for us. But it was good to see some positive signs.
For Jared, it seems like he's been able to have games without turnovers. He's been able to have games where he's thrown touchdown passes. He's gotten the yards. It doesn't seem like he's been able to put it all together in one game yet.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I think if you look at our team, that's been the story of our team in a lot of ways. Is, you know, I think we've played good in spurts as a football team, and I don't think his performance has really been any different than our entire teams. I mean, I think he's played well in spurts, and you know, has had some difficult times in others, and you know, I think it's kind of what we've gone through as a team this year.
Would you say that Cedric kind of cemented his spot there across from Cam?
Yeah, you know, for today. You know, for today, we'll just continue to see who. You know, he was making a move a couple of weeks ago, and you know, warranted getting some playing time, and you know, we were going to try to play him a little bit more early, and then you know, didn't quite feel like he was ready, and so it was good to see him respond the way that he did when he got an opportunity Saturday. He's been, as I said, he's been working hard to get himself in a position where he could, you know, get in there and compete a little bit, and I thought he did a good job.
2 picks today, I'm sure didn't hurt.
Yeah, and he's got the best ball skills of any DB we've got. You know, he catches the ball well, he breaks on the ball well, so he's been one of those guys that you know, I've kind of been waiting for him all year to make a move, and it's good to see him do it.
What do you think has been the reason for that he's come on so strong of late?
Well, I think he's just comfortable. I mean, I think he's you know, he's learned how to play things and how to make adjustments, and you know, he's just gotten more reps. I think the more reps he's gotten, the quicker he can see things and respond and trigger, and that's really important for that position. And I think he's got a lot more confidence. I think that's the biggest thing is, you know, as a corner, you always have to have confidence. You got to believe in yourself, and because you're on an island so much out there by yourself, and I think his confidence early was probably a little shaky, and I think he's gotten more and more confident the more reps he's gotten in practice.
You said that Lawler emerging as he had will allow you to move Chris around a little bit.
Yeah, it could. You know, it could. I think Chris will, you know, we'll kind of see how play it by ear this week, see how he does. But you know, we've moved him around at times this year, and you know, we're always trying to figure out ways to get our best four receivers on the field, and you know, there's been some moving pieces in figuring out who those guys are, and it was good to see Kenny take a step forward Saturday.
with the offensive line, having had a chance to review Okafor and Rigsby and Barreo at their positions for the second straight week. Have you seen growth there?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen some growth, and didn't give up a sack Saturday. Now, we saw a lot of drop 8, so that was part of it. I mean, it's like anything else. I think that had to do. I thought they played better and they set better and they, did a lot of little detail things better. I thought we pass protected better, but part of that was we saw a lot of drop 8. Didn't see a lot of saw a fair amount of blitz, but didn't see a lot of 4-man rush. And so at times it was either a 3-man or a 5 or 6-man, depending on whether they were man blitzing or playing man free.
Where would you say Matt Cochran's at right now?
I think he's just getting out there. I mean, conditioning's a little bit of an issue still. He's still got to work himself into football shape. But I think he's getting more comfortable, and kind of knocking the rust off. He's been gone for a while, and so it's going to take him a little bit of time to get comfortable getting back in there. But I anticipate, him doing that as the week progresses and hopefully getting an opportunity to play on Saturday.
Brendan Scarlett's been a bit of a mystery to us all year. Don't really understand his situation. Is there any color you can add to why he has
I think he's still waiting for his hand to heal. I mean, he's got to get cleared, and he hadn't gotten cleared. And so what we'll do this year, we'll just redshirt him. I mean, that's going to be the deal this year. We'll redshirt him. He's still got an available red shirt, so we'll have him for 2 more years.
It's an unusually long
he
time.
Yeah, he had a strange set of circumstances with that hand. Had a surgery, had an infection, had a bone graft. I mean, he had some pretty serious stuff going on inside that hand, and so we wanted to make sure he got healthy and was able to to get well. And I think that was I don't think he's still not there completely, but I think he's much closer than he was.